In the history of our planet, there remain numerous unsolved mysteries, such as the complex ancient structures that were erected by unknown individuals at unknown times and in unknown ways. One of these mysteries is preserved in the ancient city of Baalbek, located in Lebanon. It was once a great city serving as one of the religious and cultural centers of the ancient world. However, Baalbek is now almost entirely destroyed and forgotten. Grand Terraces Baalbek is possibly the oldest known city, and currently it is mostly in ruins. The ruins are situated in the Bekaa Valley, Lebanon, at the foot of the Anti-Lebanon Mountains, approximately 53 miles northeast of Beirut. The most impressive sight for tourists is the Temple of Jupiter. Time, wars, and a powerful earthquake in 1759 spared no mercy on the structure. However, even what remains gives an idea of the scale of the temple, making the Athenian Parthenon seem like a child's toy in comparison. The most intriguing constructions in Baalbek are the enormous terraces. They are constructed from massive stone blocks weighing between 300 and 1,000 tons. For comparison, the average weight of stone blocks in the Great Pyramid of Giza is 2.5 tons. These blocks are laid without any binding material and are so precisely and meticulously fitted that it is extremely difficult to insert even a needle between them. The largest terrace in Baalbek is the one where the Romans built a temple to their supreme god, Jupiter. The Temple of Jupiter did not survive to the present day. It was destroyed by a powerful earthquake. Only 6 columns, each 22 meters tall, remain, but they still leave a strong impression and give an idea of the scale of the temple, making the Athenian Parthenon appear as a child's toy in comparison. 3 walls of this terrace are constructed from 9 rows of monolithic blocks, each measuring 11 by 4.6 by 3.3 meters and weighing over 300 tons. The 4th wall is exceptional, made of 3 of the largest worked stones in the world. Each stone weighs about 1,000 tons, with impressive dimensions of 29 by 4 by 3.6 meters. This wall is better known as the trilithon, and this is a southern stone, essentially the largest worked stone block in the world, or rather partially worked, as it was never fully separated from a quarry. The southern stone was found in a quarry about a kilometer away from the city. The monolith weighs over 1,000 tons. Some researchers explained its presence by suggesting that the construction of Baalbek was never completed. Who, when, and for what purpose erected this grand platform? And how did the builders manage to move and fit these multi-ton blocks, considering that even modern technologies are only approaching the solution to similar challenges? The Temple of Bacchus was much luckier. It has been preserved much better than most of the structures in Baalbek. Who and when? To this day, no sources have shed any light on the questions of who and when the masterpieces of Baalbek were built. Historians and researchers are left to speculate as no definitive answers have been found. The only certainty is that the Baalbek terraces were already constructed in the 5th millennium BCE and were even considered wonders of the ancient world. One theory suggests that the Romans built all the temples, including their foundations. Although this theory is not widely popular, some historians staunchly support it. However, most researchers consider this version absurd, as it contradicts numerous historical facts. It is undeniable that the Romans were indeed in Baalbek and built their temples there, but it happened much later than the 5th millennium BCE. The first mention of ancient Rome dates back to 754 BCE, and the Roman Empire itself was established in 27 BCE. The second argument against the Roman hypothesis is that the Romans certainly did not possess the knowledge or technology to move 1,000-ton blocks, let alone lift them to such heights. No known ancient civilization had such knowledge or technology either. Moreover, the stark contrast in scale and style between the temples themselves and the terraces on which they stand is evident at first glance. So, who built Baalbek? There are various exotic assumptions, but almost all of them are quite speculative. Some researchers propose that a single civilization was responsible for the construction of all megalithic structures. This civilization possessed advanced technology, but remained illiterate. Researchers support their hypothesis with the following arguments. First, nearly all civilizations have myths about gods, teaching people the basics of craftsmanship, giving them writing, mathematics, and so on. Many cultures also preserve legends about places where gods once dwelled, usually the locations of the oldest temples. Furthermore, the information embedded in megalithic structures predominantly carries a cosmic character, and certain elements of the preserved knowledge, such as the complex system of time measurement among the Incas and Mayans, are not applicable to everyday life. Additionally, several cultures, particularly in Egypt, experienced sudden technological breakthroughs that cannot be explained by gradual knowledge accumulation. There is also the belief that giants, who once inhabited our planet, built Baalbek. However, more down-to-earth versions explaining the purpose of Baalbek and similar structures exist. One researcher, Volney, shares a legend that states, "This building was only erected to house invaluable treasures in its underground vaults, which must still be there." Indeed, there is an entire network of underground passages beneath Baalbek. Some of them were likely connected to palace buildings, while others may have served as tombs. It is quite probable that some of these passages were used as treasure repositories. Gold, silver, raw materials for obtaining copper, and many other valuable minerals were extracted in the vicinity of Baalbek, and large deposits still exist today. Thus, there was plenty to fill these secret chambers. The underground areas have not been fully explored to this day. It is possible that they may contain not only precious treasures, but also historical materials that could shed light on the past of this ancient city, the oldest in the world. How? This question is equally intriguing because we are talking about perhaps the most complex structures on our planet, which overshadow great creations like the Egyptian pyramids, Mayan pyramids, and the Cambodian Angkor Wat. How were the megalithic terraces of Baalbek built? What technologies and techniques were used? The only thing that can be said with certainty is that the gigantic stone blocks were shaped using ordinary chisels. It is hard to imagine how much time it took for the workers to finish just one block. The mystery of how the planes were prepared for construction remains largely unsolved. It can be speculated that the builders placed stone blocks on logs or rollers and attempted to move them in this manner. It is believed that a similar method was used in the construction of the Egyptian pyramids. However, there are two significant arguments against this theory. Firstly, logs would not have been able to withstand the weight of blocks weighing 300 tons, let alone 1,000 tons. It would have simply turned into compressed wood. Secondly, modern research has shown that moving such a heavy load in this way would have required the efforts of approximately 50,000 people. This is a fantastically high number for the ancient world, and only a few ancient cities in terms of population size could have come close to this figure. Therefore, it is unlikely that such a large number of people would have been involved in the construction of Baalbek. Moving the blocks is only half the challenge. They also needed to be lifted to a considerable height and perfectly and evenly stacked on top of each other. Considering their weight, this would have been a very difficult task even with today's technology. By the way, there are only a few crane models in the world today capable of handling weights exceeding 1,000 tons. You might also wonder why they needed to make such massive blocks when it would have been much easier and faster to work with smaller stones. Lost civilization. In my opinion, the builders of the megalithic terraces were representatives of some lost and unknown civilization. This civilization disappeared as abruptly as it was mysterious, as can be seen from the overall unfinished appearance of the grand structures of Baalbek. Perhaps the civilization sensed its imminent end and left behind the great terraces of Baalbek as a testament, a secret that may never be fully revealed to us. What are your thoughts on this architectural marvel? If you're fascinated by unsolved mysteries, ancient civilizations, and the wonders of the universe, then be sure to subscribe to the Mystery Universe channel. Let's unravel the secrets together.